Good morning and welcome everyone to another edition, a special edition of the First Family of Las Vegas's Daily Free Winner Show. It's brought to you by the best website on the planet, your one-stop sports betting shop, Sports Memo. We've got a great show. It's an all-star show. You're going to get free stuff in baseball. You're going to get college football. You're going to get pro football. Hell, you might even get camelback racing. I don't know. You're going to get it all because we have the best collection of cappers on the planet, and we've got a great cast today. It is Tuesday. We're excited about a few things. Let's bring that cast on. Let's introduce him. Let's run around the horn. Jeff Michaels, you know him as JM Sports. We've got Don Buster, Bustin' Books. Eric Pauly, man, we love him too. Let me start with Jeff. Good morning, Jeff.
Morning, Joe. Good to be back with you guys.
Guys, Jeff has become like the Michael Strahan of Sports Memo lately. He's doing so many shows and so many things. And, you know, I'm real happy to work with Jeff. He's doing great work at Sports Memo. We talk at like 3, 4 in the morning. You know, we have our own little Slack channel. We talk at 3, 4 in the morning. And Jeff, you know, Jeff and I, we have certain ways, certain things that we look at the same way. And when we're rushing, we seem to get, well, I seem to get a little flustered. Jeff has more patience than me, but he seemed to be running a little behind this morning too. And we had a lot of fun. We want to welcome you, Jeff. Don Buster back. Now, Don is usually a Wednesday regular, but he had something he has to do tomorrow, and he did not want to disappoint all of those people out there that love to watch him. So he's doing a special Tuesday cameo. I mean, he's coming in like Don Johnson, doing like a Hollywood Squares. I love it, Don. Good morning to you. How are you today?
I'm very good, Joe. And yes, a Hollywood Squares reference. Got a funny feeling that most of your viewers here will probably not know what that is. So
that's okay. We know what it is, and we got a lot of insight.
Including the two guys that we have with us today, with Eric.
Yeah, they'll look it up. They'll be Googling it.
Not even know like Miami Vice and Don Johnson.
That's true.
I date myself on about 95% of the things I say. And our good buddy Eric Pauly, you know, he had a great week, 7-2 overall. I think he killed it on Sunday, 7-0. Eric, welcome. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, Joe. Yes, it was a 7-0 day on Sunday. Unfortunately, the Broncos could not close out a teaser for me last night. They were abysmal. We can talk about that later, but happy Tuesday. Glad NFL is back, and glad as always to be here on my Tuesday spot.
Well, I got to tell you, Eric, you know, and this is for somebody who's been doing this and for many years, 32 years in Vegas, 17, 18 years documented. I opened up last weekend. I had the worst single weekend I've had since October, third week of October, 2016. I went back on my records. And so when I have a bad day or a bad, you're 7-2, you're doing great. 7-0 on Sunday, you're kicking butt. Proud to have you here. It's good stuff.
Appreciate that, Joe, and love your ability to tell everybody about your downtimes, because otherwise that's who we are as handicappers, is we will talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly.
You know, Eric, I know Eric is one of the newer guys here, but he's been here for quite a while now, one of the newer guys. But, guys, we have the best collection of cappers anywhere on the planet at Sports Memo. And it's not just we're documented winners. Go check our numbers. You don't believe me? I'm not full of bunk about everything about the fact, outside of the fact that I say I'm 5'8". We all know I'm not. When I had hair, I was 5'10". But I will tell you, we have the best collection of cappers on the planet. And it's not just because they're documented winners. Go check their numbers. It's because the powers that be at Sports Memo put together a great bunch of guys with true integrity. You know, maybe it's because we lose so much less than we win that we don't mind talking about, but I think it's because of the fact that we have great character with the cappers at Sports Memo. They're unrivaled. So when we do a bad day, it sticks in my craw more. Listen, I said it before, and I'll say it again to everybody out there, the viewers. I bet you can't remember every good date you've ever had in your life, but I bet you can remember a bad one. And that's what happens because you have a lot less bad. Well,
Your bad ones led you to the good one.
That's right. But you really do appreciate the good stuff. And we got the best collection of cappers, as I keep saying. Sports has a couple of quickies, and who doesn't like a morning quickie? I'm married. I love a morning quickie. That's why she's smiling today. First of all, you know how I start every show. Good morning, honey.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. We've got some fun stuff to talk about real quick. I'm going to go into a slew of free winners. I like the fluff, guys. I really do. Last night, we went to Nora's, one of our favorite Italian restaurants. And I got to tell you, we had arancini, which for those of you that don't know what arancini is, it's an appetizer. It's like rice with mozzarella. It's not mozzarella. You want to lose it? Want to lose a date with an Italian? Say mozzarella. It's mozzarella, and it has a little meat and a little sauce. Breadcrumbs deep fried. We had mussels, fra diavolo. We had a shrimp scampi. Then they got Eric. I got to tell you, you got to love this. They have this on-the-bone veal parm, and it's literally about 18 inches long. It is phenomenal. It is. There was nothing left, and I was looking around the room. I was going to chew on the bone. I swear to God. They got some great stuff. We had some great fun. And by the way, guys, do you want to know why most Italians do not like Americans? Because we gave you mozzarella and you turned it to mozzarella. Turn off. Get rid of the last vowel. C's become G's. It's gabagool.
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 Gabagool. All right. You know what? You want to know why the French hate us, by the way? You're going to love this, Don. They gave us the croissant. We turned it into a friggin' croissant sandwich. That's why they hate us. It's not all the other reasons. Not snooty. They hate us because we turned it into croissant. And then we went to one of our favorite events twice a month. You know Mark Chinook as the hype man for the Golden Knights. You know him as the hype man for the Las Vegas Raiders and the announcer for ESPN Boxing. And I've got to tell you, Mark's been a friend of mine for a decade. He started in New York and plays, and he came out here in Rock of Ages. He's phenomenal. He started a charity called Monday's Dark. Please go to mondaysdark.com. Twice a month for 9 years, he picks a different local nonprofit, and we raise $10,000. And every damn 2 weeks, every entertainer in town, they call it Monday's Dark because most of the shows around the strip are closed on Monday. And all these entertainers take their one night off to go over there. They donate their time. It was phenomenal. Last night they did Shania Twain.
Shania Twain night. Got a little country on
and it
yesterday.
Was phenomenal. We had so much fun. Guys, they do a live stream Monday's Dark every Monday. Just look at it. It is every 2 weeks.
And
it's
for
a
great cause.
Always a good cause. Last night it was to feed kids. We found out that there are 18,000 kids in Las Vegas in grade school that are homeless, that go to school, but they're homeless. And this program, Save Our Kids, feeds these kids on the weekends. And I got to tell you, it is phenomenal. Just to know that 18,000 kids got fed this week because of what we did last night, it means a lot. I know I joke around a lot. I'm not obnoxious. But, the reason why we do what we do is, guys, I can't sing and dance, but I know I can pick winners. And I take a lot of pride in the fact that you, the viewers out there, trust me with your hard-earned money. I know a lot of the cappers, Eric and Don and Jeff. I know that's why we talk about our losers, because it really pisses us off. I'll be honest with you, because we want to come through for you. And we want to do great things. So go to Monday's Dark. It's a great thing. Having said that, guys, this week we got Enrique Iglesias.
Are you drinking the tequila already?
I'm drinking the tequila already. Those hooked on phonics books that Don sent me, they didn't get here yet. We got Enrique Iglesias, and then we've got the Raiders home opener Sunday night against the Cardinals. Sunday afternoon. Dionne and I are going to paint each other silver and black, run across the field at halftime. You just watch. We're going to have a lot of fun. We may or may not be naked, so tune in for that. Other than that, guys, what we need from you today, and we're going to be answering some of the questions later, we want you to hit that subscribe button. We are going to revolutionize. We are revolutionizing the sports betting industry with video content. And we've got some great things happening. Later today, they got the MLB Full Count Show, which goes on 5 afternoons a week. Tuesdays and Thursdays, Dan Newberg is a Sports Memo Today. And all the great cappers you see here, we take turns. We rotate going on the show. It's a great show. Dan's doing a great job. We got Thursdays and Fridays. We got the College and Pro Football Forecast. And we're going to get every one of your favorite cappers on those shows every week. We're going to rotate them with guys, man. And then Friday morning, this show becomes the Family Affair Show. Jeff and his dad. We're not going to say Ralph and his son anymore. From now on, Jeff's become more famous than Ralph. Sorry, Ralph, it's true. It's going to be Jeff and his dad, Ralph Michaels, our good friend Ralph, over at Wager Talk. We do a show. First time, 4 family members, Dionne, myself, Jeff, and Ralph. We have a lot of fun. Tune into that this Friday. Unfortunately, last Friday, we had a power outage, and I couldn't do a couple of shows. My apologies. We're going to have a lot of fun this week. Having said all that, hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss any of the great content we're doing at Sports Memo. Dionne's got a couple of our discounts you want to tell everybody about. Then we go right into some free plays. Go ahead, Dionne.
So guess what? Today is not just Taco Tuesday, but today is $2 Tuesday over at Sports Memo. That's right. 3 hosts of Sports Memo TV, Joe D'Amico, Dionne D'Amico, and JM Sports. You got 3 plays for just $5. That is a steal. You can get each of ours individually for $2, but the best deal is to get all 3 for just a low price of $5. You do not want to miss out on that.
Said it before, I'll say it again. You can't even get a lap dance at a Boulder Highway strip club for $5, and the girls ain't got no teeth, guys. It's like 75 cents a tooth.
I'm so excited about Taco Tuesday and $2 Tuesday. I actually wore my taco shirt today because if you feed me tacos and tell me I'm beautiful, I am golden.
She's golden. And guys, God, I love you. Guys, she just walked in and she showed Don Buster in the waiting room. Feed me tacos, tell me I'm beautiful. But guys, it's
and a margarita along with it.
Tuesdays aren't just for tacos anymore because of Sports Mellow. Jeff, Dionne, and myself today, 3 cappers for $2 a piece, but all 3 for $5. And we each have very big plays. I believe, Jeff, you have a 5-unit play again?
I do.
Dionne, a 5-unit, and my 5-unit. 5-unit plays, guys, they don't come around very often, a couple of months, if that. Follow us. You're going to follow us to the bank. Let's go right into some free play winners. Don Buster is a perennial here on Wednesdays, but he did not want to let anybody down because he has a huge following, and we love Don. We can't go a week without him.
And we already have comments
he's our
coming
drug.
in
And
on
we've
Don.
already got comments coming in. We'll put some up. But Don Buster's been crushing books in multiple sports for several years. He's going to tell you about what he's excited about on the premium side, and then he's going to give you a nice free winner. Don, the floor is yours, sir.
Well, thank you, Joe. I appreciate it. Thank you, Dionne. And yeah, last week I sat here last Wednesday and told everybody what a bloodbath I went through. Well, you know what? This week, college football, 8-0. NFL, 5-0. So, again, we didn't do anything different. We just end up trusting the process. And that's what I said last week. When you're doing this, just trust your process. And if you do the work, it will pay off. And I'm looking forward to keeping this. Of course, I'm going to lose some games in the college and NFL coming up, but I'm looking for a big month of September, big month of October, big month of November, December, right into the Super Bowl. So anyways, quite happy that's why I full disclose, because again, people need to know it's not all you see it all the time. These guys going, I went 20-1, went 20-2. It's steady, right? Yeah. No, guys here at Sports Memo and at Wager Talk, we full disclose everything. And again, glad to be coming on Tuesday, Joe. I appreciate you, making a little exception for me to come on today instead of tomorrow, because I know you have a schedule all set up. So hopefully I can give out a free winner here. My free winner today is going to be on the LA Angels for the first 5 on the money line. We actually gave this play yesterday as well and ended up pushing. Today, we've made it a best bet for our clients. It's our only best bet of the day in Major League Baseball, and decided since I was coming on Tuesday here, I would give it out to the show for the first family show. Jose Suarez, a nice Mexican name, takes the hill for LA, and he's been really good of late. Even about the last 6 weeks, he had a 2.51 ERA for the whole month of August. Came out the first start of September, pitched 7 innings of no runs, 3 hits, I believe. I know it was against Detroit, but still, Detroit hits lefties very well. So to me, that was impressive. And what happens here? Cleveland struggles against left-handed pitching. They're 27 points lower as a team average against left-handed pitching. So really like Suarez to get through that lineup a couple of times tonight. Cleveland sends Cody Morris to the hill. He's only had 6 innings of baseball. This will be his 3rd start. His first start, and he had a good start last start on the road. His start in Cleveland wasn't that good. He only lasted a couple innings. And now he has to face guys like Ohtani and Trout. And talk about Trout, he's on that 7 games in a row with a home run. So I got a feeling he might be licking his chops against this rookie tonight. And so that's why we go with the first half here. Oh, another reason why we go with the first half here, we are getting a little plus money, which I think that's the wrong line. I think LA should be favored for the first half. Maybe not for the whole game, but at least for the first half, because LA's bullpen is horrific. So we go with the first half here. Cleveland has a good bullpen. Looking for a 2-1, 3-0 first half lead. And we'll take LA first half money line.
Boy, it's Don Buster. got his nickname because he's busting books in multiple sports. He says LA first half money line, little plus money. He thinks the line is off here. And guys, it seems that every time he's on this show, he always brings everybody in a good mood to start off the day. And that's why we start off with Don, because he's our leadoff hitter here. And Don, I want you to know, I would bump anybody in the world to have you on the show, but we always want you here. You're welcome here, and I want you to know that it's a pleasure for us to have you here. And sports fans, after the show, even though it's $2 Tuesday, I get it. It's a great bargain. It's a great deal. Jeff, Deanna, and myself, go with us after the show. Go follow Don. We have the best customer appreciation discounts in the business. Go follow Don. Followed up his transparency. Poor day or so. Followed up with an 8-0 day. He is amazing. I love his transparency. I love his integrity. But more, you're going to love his winners. Follow Don all the way to the bank. Don's going to stick around for a little bit, guys. We're going to go to our number 2 hitter today. We're going to call him Jeter. Guys, Eric Pauly hit the ground running here. He was doing some columns for Wager Talk and Sports Memo, and they realized he was so darn good and so insightful that they had to make him a capper. And he is kicking butt and taking names, and we're honored to have him here. He's got a different take on a play he's going to give you today. He's going to break down a play. I'm going to let him tell you that, because we were really, really excited for this when he told us he was going to do this. But he's one of the brightest guys in sports betting today. And I'm going to tell you right now, he's kicking butt 7-2 over the week right now. And he's going to tell you about what he's excited about maybe today or over the next few days. And then he's going to break down a game for you. Eric, welcome. The floor is yours, buddy.
Thank you for the kind words as always, Joe. So I do not have a free pick per se for this show, but the way that I am handicapping the NFL this season and how I've been handicapping the NFL for the last couple of years is I'm so dependent on the betting market and kind of where the numbers lie. Given that it's Tuesday, of course, this game that I'm going to cover, the Commanders at Lions, does not happen until Sunday. There's a ton of time for there to be movement in the market, and I don't want to be on the wrong side of a line movement. There obviously is the possibility that I can get a great line now, but considering that limits are still very low at a lot of sports books, numbers haven't really changed all too much really anywhere so far. I'm going to be taking a little bit of a backseat in a sit and wait approach, but this game already has my eye for a number of reasons. So looking at last week, the Lions closed as 6-point underdogs against the Eagles, and though they were lost the game by 3, they were able to cover that spread. Washington closed as 3-point favorites on Sunday. That line was sitting about 2.5 all week long. On a last-minute touchdown pass, they were able to win and cover that spread. The Lions only lost by 3 at home to the Eagles, as the Washington Commanders beat the Jaguars by 5 at home. Yet the Lions, their look-ahead line was -1, and now it's sitting at 2.5 at a bunch of shops for the Lions. And I'm just very confused why the Detroit Lions are favorites. Considering that I'm confused that they're favorites, I'm also not 100% shocked because neither of these two teams played well whatsoever on Sunday. The Lions got off to a 7-0 lead to start the game. They were fighting from behind the entire way back. At one point, it was 38-21. They scored 2 late touchdowns to kind of make the game look close, but Philly was able to control the ball around the clock. The Commanders had a 14-3 early lead in the second quarter on Sunday, but they won the game 22. The Jaguars came back and took a 22-14 lead. The Commanders ended up winning the game, but there were 2 plays where the Jaguars had wide open touchdowns that Trevor Lawrence missed the throw. One was actually an ETN drop. One was a complete underthrow. They also had a fumble and a turnover on downs in Washington territory, as well as a missed field goal. So this game could have easily went the other way. So now I understand why the Lions are currently 2.5-point favorites, but given that the fact that they're favorites, this is a huge opportunity for Washington to be a teaser leg in a 2 to 3 team 6-point teaser on Sunday, and that's where I really made my bones, and that's where I've made my bones the last couple of years betting. At 2.5, you add 6 points to Washington's total, that's 8.5. I have the Washington Commanders higher in my power rankings than I have the Detroit Lions, and now you're telling me I get 8.5 points for Washington. Yes, I have to find another game or 2 to combine it with, and that was something that I'll consider for the week. So moral of the story is I have Washington as favorites in this matchup, but given the fact that the market has the Lions, I have to respect the market, so I'm not dying to put in a wager. But if this bet is still sitting at Lions -2.5 and I can get Washington plus 8.5 in a teaser this Saturday or Sunday, that is a no-brainer. The Lions are not 8.5 points better than any team on this planet, maybe some college teams, but definitely not an NFL team. Washington, again, I have them to be underrated in this matchup. I have them as the favorite in my numbers. So given this breakdown, the way I'm looking is to have your eye on Washington as a teaser leg this weekend, as well as a look on the money line. If they continue to be dogs, I believe that they're the better team.
Sports fans, did I tell you or did I tell you? I know I'm loud, but I don't talk BS. He is one of the sharpest guys in sports betting. Comes off a great Sunday, guys, and I love his integrity too. Before the show, I said, "What are you 7-0?" He says, "Yeah, I'm actually 7-2 right now." 7-2 is friggin' awesome, and we love Eric Pauly. And his breakdowns are so insightful. I got to tell you, when he's talking, I'm glued to the TV. I'm telling you, it's like I'm watching Pornhub or something. No, I'm kidding. It's like I'm watching. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it, guys. No, it's he is so insightful, and that's why we love him on this show. That's why I enjoy doing the MLB show with him, and we're gonna be doing some football shows this week and next week with him, guys. He is one of the sharpest guys in sports betting. I know it's $2 Tuesday. Take advantage of the 3 cappers for $5, but go over after the show. Get some of these great customer appreciation discounts. Get a 3, a 5, a 7, get a 30 with Eric Pauly. He told you he's looking at some legs of this, and that. He's not going to gamble with your money. He's going to put out the games when the lines are right. Sharp. He's not going to gamble with your money. Go follow Eric Pauly all the way to the bank, guys. What a day. What a panel. We're about halfway through, guys. Don't go anywhere. We still got a lot more free content. Let's go to the prettiest person on the panel. No, it's not me. My lady, who's got her Feed Me Tacos, Tell Me I'm Beautiful shirt on because it's Taco Tuesday. Dionne, is on multiple sport leaderboards. She finished college football number 2 last season. And she's really doing well in college football right now.
I am.
You're doing very, very well. She's going to tell you a little bit about what she's excited about, perhaps her $2 Tuesday play, maybe some other things going on the premium side. Then she's got another free winner for you. Dionne, take it away.
Thank you. As Joey did mention, last year I finished number 2 in college football. This year, I'm already off to a 5-2-1 run, which is good enough to hit 71.4%. I'm so excited to announce I have my first NCAAF best bet play of the campaign. This last season, my best bets were a whopping 6-1 versus 85.7%. It has taken 3 weeks, but I finally have something worthy of being tagged a best bet play this season for you this Saturday in college football for my $2 Taco Tuesday play.
I love it.
This situation is so strong that I am also releasing it as a 5% play, which are already 2-0 in college football. You can't argue with success, let alone perfection, in my 5% releases in NCAA football this year. But for my free play today, takes place in the National League where the Chicago Cubs will face the New York Mets in the second game of a 3-game series. This one here should be an interesting contest, as this will be the final series between these two teams this season. The Cubs currently sit 24 games back in the NL Central and 18 games back in the NL Wild Card, while the Mets own the top spot in the NL East. In Game 1 of this series, Chicago beat New York 5-2 with the total going under. If we look at their previous meetings, the under is 3-0-1 in the last 4 and 5-1 in the last 6 matchups in Citi Field. Adrian Sampson and Jacob deGrom are scheduled starters. Sampson is 1-5 with a respectable 3.76 ERA. In his only start against the Mets mid-July, he gave up 2 runs over 5 1/3 innings in Chicago's 3-2 win. DeGrom, he's 5-1 with a mere 1.66 ERA. The right-hander, he has won his 3rd straight start on Wednesday when he allowed 3 hits over 7 scoreless innings, giving New York a victory over Pittsburgh. Here's some stats to support the total for today. The under is 3-0-1 in the Cubs' last 4 following a win, 6-0 in the last 6 on grass, 4-0 in the last 4 versus the right-handed starter, and 6-0 in the last 6 overall. It is also 5-1 in the Mets' last 6 when their opponent allows 2 runs or less in their previous game, 6-2 in the last 8 home games versus a right-handed starter, and 3-0-1 in DeGrom's last 4 home starts. I just see the Cubs having a hard time scoring against DeGrom here. So I'm going to go ahead and go under in this game. If the line was a little lower, I put a lean on the Mets. And even if the run line was a little lower, I still would put a lean on the Mets. But both lines are a little too high for me to put out. But I definitely like the under in this one here today.
First lady of Las Vegas says take the under. It seems like every time you put a total out on the show, you crush it.
I become like the total queen.
You are my total queen. But she's doing great work, guys. She's a $2 Tuesday capper. 6-1 last year on her best bet releases. This is her first one this year.
This is my first one this year.
And her 5% plays in college football, 2-0 so far this season?
2-0 so far this season. And going back to last year, they are like 9-3 or somewhere around there.
Can't argue with success, as you said. Go follow her with this $2 play. Even more. Go take advantage of some of these great
Get
customer
all three of us for
appreciation
$5.
discounts. Let's bring on the rest of the panel, guys. Guys, we have a couple of more free plays to go. Our good buddy Jeff Michaels, I'm telling you, he's like the Michael Strahan of the sports betting business. Every time you turn on TV, Michael Strahan is on a different show, and he's doing so great, and he's always laughing and having a good time. And we're proud to have him. I'm actually very honored to share the Family Affair show with him on Fridays. He really comes, he brings it, every analysis. Talk about another young, great mind in sports betting. Old timers like me, I had somebody tell me the other day, well, you're one of the old timers. Now, granted, I'm doing this 30 years, but I don't consider myself an old timer, except when I get up in the morning and I can't move, like the other day.
You sound like
but Jeff Michaels, the divorce lawyer. Jeff Michaels is doing great work. You know him as JM Sports. He's going to tell you about his $2 play, maybe some other things he's excited about, and he's got a great free play winner for you for today's baseball card. Jeff, the floor is yours.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm honored to be sharing a $2 Tuesday with the two of you. We've been running a hot football streak, and I've cashed in. We're 5-0-1 in the last 6 college football plays of 5 units or higher. And on all college football sides plays over the last 11, we're 9-1-1. So we're running hot in college football action. I have my second 5% college football game of the season going this weekend. That's up for sale on $2 Tuesday. We pushed on opening week, but we got a big one we're looking to cash in now and continue that undefeated run. But as far as free plays go for today, guys, I'm looking at baseball, and you're going to hear a lot about this game today. But I'm looking at the Red Sox to cover this run line against the Yankees. I mean, New York's coming off of 2 high-scoring games, double-digit runs in back-to-back against the Rays. But by the way they've played in the second half of the season, I'm not ready to bet on this trend continuing to that extent. Garrett Cole's on the mound for the Yankees, and obviously he's the ace of the team. But he's really struggled against the division, especially when you look at it on the run line. Over the last 2 years, he's 8-20 against the run line in the division. This year, he's 3-9. His worst split on the season is against his divisional opponents, where he's got a 3.60 ERA, and it's the only situation that Cole isn't over 500, where he's 6-6 straight up. But 3 of those games were won by just 1 run, so the opponent still covered the spread. In his last 7 starts, regardless of his opponent, the Yankees are just 1-6 on the run line. And even when Cole isn't pitching, the Yankees are just 8-20 on the road versus the division in those run line games, including 1-8 in the last 9. And they're 7-17 on the run line away from home after a win by 6 or more runs in the last 3 years, which they definitely put up that margin on the Rays yesterday. But not to mention, Boston has dominated New York this year on the run line. They're 9-4 in their 13 meetings. But when those games are played in Boston, the Red Sox are 6-1 on the run line against the Yankees. And they're 7-4 in their last 11, but they've covered 4 straight against the spread, and they've covered 7 of the last 9. And they're 14-5 on the run line after a 2-game span where they put up 10 or more runs combined. So they may not quite be as hot as the New York Yankees offenses looked the last 2 days, but they have done it a little more consistently in the second half of this season. And I look for this one to be close. If Boston doesn't pull the upset outright, I think it's a 1-run game, and another one that Cole is in decision close with a division rival. So I like Boston plus the 1.5 tonight.
Sports fans, our good buddy, Jeff Michaels. He's killing it over at Sports Memo, multiple sport leaderboards. And you know what? He's a $2 Tuesday capper. Get his play for $2. Get all 3. Him, Dionne, and mine for $5. It pays for itself, because I'm telling you, we're all going to go 3-0 today. But Jeff's doing great work, and he's another one. Honestly, the best customer appreciation discounts you'll find in this business are at Sports Memo. You go over to Sports Memo after the show. Wait till after the show, because I still got my free play. But go after the show. You'll go take advantage of these great discounts. You could follow Jeff. You will follow him all the way to the bank. I love saying that, guys, because it's true. Jeff's doing great work, and we are having a lot of fun with Jeff, doing a bunch of shows every week. And Friday, Jeff, the Family Affair show, we're going to pick it back up, have some fun. Guys, I'm going to talk a little bit because, I'm a little shy, but I'm going to announce. Time to adjust the volumes. Let me tell you what's going on with Joe D. Once again, this preseason, I finished atop the NFL leaderboard. Over the years, I have more top finishes in the NFL than any couple guys in the business, any 2 or 3 guys in the business. I opened up the first week of the regular season having a poor outing. The last time I did that, years ago. But you know what I did? I bounced back and swept the board the following weeks. Not week, but weeks. I come back this week with a vengeance. I redeem myself. I get you paid. I get back on track for the most successful NFL campaign I have ever had and you have ever dreamed of if you follow me. This upcoming weekend, I've noticed one game right now early. I'm going to tell you now, one game early that really stood out to me, and therefore I'm releasing as my 5% $2 Tuesday play. The best big game hunter on the planet. Together, we're going to hunt, stalk, and kill the books. I promise you that. My first game of the month situation anywhere, college or pro football. My no-limit game of the month this Sunday. They got their name because they win so much, there's no limit to how much you can profit from them. If you only bet one game this weekend, make sure it's the big game from the Big Game Hunter. My game of the month winner. As I mentioned before, together we're going to hunt, stalk, and kill the books. I haven't released a no limit in quite a while in any sport. But in NFL alone, they're on a 26-5 run. Numbers don't lie. Go check me out. Now, guys, having said all that, I want to tell you on the First Family Show, before I give out my free play, on the First Family Show, I'd like to give out diversity. I prefer that our cappers are not on the same games because we want to give you diversity. If we're doing 5 shows a week, 3 to 5 cappers, 4 or 5 cappers a day, you're getting 25, 30 free plays, 25 or more free plays a week from us. And a lot of guys give bonuses and stuff like that. But Jeff sent me his game on the Red Sox. Now, I'm going to tell you, I kept my play and his play. I wanted to ask him because he sent me his game. As the host, I would change my play. But I kept it because we're on the same game, but we're 2 documented winning cappers looking at this game. Now, we're not really contradicting each other, although we're looking at this at 2 different angles. And I wanted to show you the diversity of winning cappers because somebody at Sports Memo is tailor-made just for you. It may not be me. It might be Jeff. It might be Don. It might be Eric. It might be Dionne. But I will tell you, I wanted to show just once how 2 cappers that are documented winners in a sport in baseball are looking at a game and they see things a little differently. So I'm going to talk about the Yankees Red Sox today, guys. I'm going a little differently. I got everyone paid with my free play yesterday to start off the week. All right. Houston Astros today. I'm going to keep the streak alive. I'll tell you that. As of posting this play, it wasn't official, or as of this show, I should say. I prepped before the show. It wasn't totally official that it was Garrett Cole because I was prepping the show. Jeff, I'm going to take your word for it. I will tell you that. But it looks like Garrett, like I said, it will look like Garrett Cole will be pitching for New York. This is normally a bit higher of a line than I like to release, guys, but you don't pay juice on a winner. And I'm going to tell you why I like the Yankees with Cole on the mound to take down the Red Sox with Pivetta. As we all know, the Yankees were slumping for a while. No argument there from a Yankee fan. All right. But they seem to have turned the corner a little bit. They've taken 5 of the last 7. The Bronx Bombers had yesterday off following back-to-back performances in which they put up 10 runs in each game, taking down the Rays by a combined 27 in games 2 and 3 of that series. You may not realize this, but this lineup has accounted for 10 runs or more, a league-leading 20 times this season. That's just off the charts for me. Now that they're starting to hit again, cream rises to the top. I'm going to tell you that. Basically, you may not. This team now owns a 5.5 game lead in the competitive American League East, with just 21 games remaining in the regular season. They need everyone they can get right now in facing the Red Sox team. They're currently 10 games back of a wild card spot. They sit in last place in the division, 16 games back in the East. Tells me New York is going to start to flex their muscles a little bit. Plus add insult to injury. They hate the Red Sox. The Red Sox hate the Yankees. I'm not going to argue that. But this is the biggest rivalry, I think, in all of sports, let alone in baseball. Boston has dropped 4 of the last 6. And I think that this team has played a little erratic, especially over the recent month and a half of the season. Let's go back to the pictures, folks. Cole, 11-7 with a 3.20 on the campaign. He's allowed 0 or 1 earned run in 13 of his past 25 starts, including 3 of his past 5. He has always done well against Boston, and 13 career starts against them. He owns a respectable 7-3 mark. 2 of those wins have come in 3 starts this season alone. And as far as Pivetta goes, 9-11 with a 4.29 ERA 2022. He's 0-2 over his last 4 starts and the same record in 3 outings this season against the Yankees, which they've beaten him up, guys. They've shellacked him. 17 runs in 13 1/3 innings pitched. Overall, he's 0-3 against New York in 5 career starts with a whopping ERA of 9.67. The Yankees have taken 3 of the overall last 5 meetings in the division rivalry. I say cream rises to the top. They're also 6-2 the last 8 versus right-handed starters. Red Sox 1-5 the last 6 following an off day. And I know Jeff mentioned something about certain pitches in the division, this and that, but they are just 17-36 the last 53 versus the AL East. As I said earlier, this line is a little bit higher than I normally like to play. but you don't pay juice on a win. And I do like the Yankees to win this game. So I'm not contradicting Jeff's run line play. I wouldn't do that. I don't do that. We don't do that on the show. But I'm not doing that. But we have two documented winning cappers looking at the game, and we see it differently. Maybe Jeff and I, maybe we both win the game, and that's great. And I would love nothing more because I know how some of you guys are following Jeff, some of you guys are following me, and I'd like nothing more. But I wanted to show you how two documented winners can look at a game a little bit differently. And I told you, the best collection of cappers at Sports Memo, and at least one of them was tailor-made just for you. Let's bring this good-looking panel back.
I gotta tell you, I love how you said Boston. You reminded me of the commercial, the beer commercial in Boston.
Once again, I'm going to implore, does anybody know a good divorce lawyer in Southern Nevada? Can you please help me? She knows where all the bodies are buried. She knows where all the money is. Do not defend her. I need you. I got a little bit more money stashed that you don't know about. You can't
get rid of me that easy.
I ain't getting rid of her. I tried killing her, guys. I just can't kill her. She is a resilient son of a gun. Guys, anybody that can put up with me for 22 years, let alone 22 minutes, deserves canonization by the Pope in Rome. We got some great little comments. First of all, real quick, I know we got to get out of here, guys. Don, somebody said you need your signature Mexican blanket in the background. I just want you to know that. You've got a really big following here, Don, and somebody else said, Mixed by Post also said, he can't wait for your NHL plays next month. You know, NHL starts in a month. We were talking about it last night at Monday's Dark. Mark Chinook is the hype guy for the Golden Knights. Don's one of the best hockey guys in the business.
And someone already bet his play.
And somebody already bet your play for today. I love it. I love it. I love it. Jesse Schul chimed in. He says, Jeff, he wanted you specifically to know, while he's watching our show today, he is not wearing pants. That's all I'm saying. Jesse Schul, who we love, is not wearing pants. Couple of other things. A couple of people, said $2 cappers. Today's $2 Tuesday. Hey, Mixed by Post. Guys, Jeff and Dionne, thank you, Mixed by Post. He bought the 3-capper deal. Let's 3-0 bounce back. So I love you. And thank you for saying that to me, Mix, because I take a lot of pride. I get twice as pissed when I lose and twice as happy when I win. So, guys, let's run down some free plays. Let's get out of here because I'm long-winded and I need a taco. It's Tuesday. Let's go to Don Buster. Don, what'd you have for everybody today? Volume. Your volume.
We lost them.
There you go.
I'm sorry, guys. I was coughing. I didn't want to cough between that beautiful lines that you're doing about the Yankee play, Joe. So I shut off the mic there. Sorry about that, guys. That's why. And Post knows I don't really comment even on puck time or here because I have a hard time just doing this. Never mind to try to do 3 or 4 things. So I don't know how you do it, Joe. But anyways, yes, my play is going to be the Angels first 5 plus 1.5. And good luck to everybody and get that $2 Tuesday at Wager Talk and the 3 cappers up there at Sports Memo. And you'll be glad you did. So good luck to everybody.
Don, I'd like to say real quick, guys, follow Don. He's great. And it brings charm to the show. But I also want to say I believe you to bring class to every show that you contribute to. You are the epitome of class. And I want you to know that we love you. I know everybody out there does. You are class. When I think of class, particularly in this business, I think of you. But overall in this world, you are one of the classiest people that we've ever met.
Well, Joe, once we actually officially meet, you might have to change your mind about that. But what I will say is that I put a lot of work in. I do the best I can. I'm not the best. I kind of him and haw every once in a while in here. But if I could teach people about whether it's hockey, football, whatever, that's all I'm trying to do. And
again, class.
That's the best I can do, right? So.
Our good buddy Eric Pauly did a different take, and we were really excited about it. And Eric, you're welcome to do this anytime in the show. Eric, just tell everybody real quick, like a summary.
Of course. So we are going to make sure we're keeping our eye on the markets. And my advice for this weekend is to, again, make sure you're keeping a good eye on when lines are moving and which way they're moving. And if Washington is still sitting at 2.5-point favorites on late Saturday or Sunday morning, they should be added as a leg to your 6-point teasers. Guys,
Eric is a regular Tuesdays here on the First Family Show. And Eric, anytime you want to do this, because I found this very exciting, informative. I know everybody out there,
I love
too.
This take on
This was great. Thank you, guys. Follow Eric. He's a winner. Let's go to the First Lady. Dionne, what'd you have for everybody today?
I am going Cubs, Mets under 7 today.
And my good buddy, Jeff Michaels. You're going to see him and I do a couple of shows through the underweek, especially that Family Affair show on Friday. What'd you have, Jeff?
I think we have the New York Yankees winning by exactly 1 run, but no, I got Boston on the run line tonight.
I love it, guys. Jeff is doing great. You're going to see him and I do some other fun stuff this week. Make sure you tune in. He's the winner. Go follow him after the show. Your sexy and savory host is the Yankees by 1 run, minus $1.55. Guys, we really do have a lot of good times here. The best collection of cappers anywhere on the planet are over at Sports Memo. Follow Sports Memo Twitter page. We each post a lot of free stuff. I know Eric does a lot of columns and some great columns. We each do columns lately. We've been contributing more and more. You get futures, you get odds, you get great stuff. Follow them. Also, Dionne.
Yeah, and also make sure that you follow all of the guests on the First Family Show. You can go ahead and find Don Buster at Don_Buster. You can find Eric Pauly at Slime Action. You can find my adopted Sports Memo kid, Jeff Michaels, over at JM Sports CLE. You can find myself over at the First Lady of Vegas, and Joey over at Joe D'Amico Wins.
I'm not adopting him. I seen how he eats. Anyway, I love him. I love him, guys. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We need your help. We want 10,000 viewers, and you don't want to miss any of the great content here at Sports Memo. And remember one more time, it is $2 Tuesday. Jeff, Dionne, and myself, 3 documented winning cappers, 3 5% plays, $5. So having said all that, guys, I hate to say it, but it's time to go. Dionne, take us out of here.
Yeah, so make sure right after the show you head on over to Sports Memo. Take advantage of that $2 Tuesday deal, or get all 3 for $5 because that is the best deal. You're going to get college football and pro football in that deal. Also, make sure you check out all of the other cappers that are on the website today because they have some amazing things going on for the full week. And on behalf of Sports Memo, Jeff Michaels, Eric Pauly, Don Buster, and us, this is the First Family of Vegas.
Everyone out there, good luck and have a winning day.